It's the craziest magazine you've ever seen. It even says so. It's the Big Beatle Fun Kit from 1964 by the editors of Dig. You dig? The phenomenon that was the Beatles was huge in my generation. People have long since forgotten just how huge. The music survives, of course, but most of the rest of the phenomenon is all but forgotten. Today, we're here to look at a surviving relic from that time, the Big Beatle Fun Kit Magazine. This is the kind of history I like, not a retelling by some old geezer of something he only half remembers, but a first-hand look at something real from the era. Not a memory of what was, but a look at what is. I'm often surprised when I do this, and we may find surprises here too. Let's dig in. You dig? Here's a Beatle bumper sticker. The Beatles For President. Yes, other than the age and citizenship requirements, it seemed like a good idea. Beatle Fun Kit, including 4 Beatle Digest magazines, 10 fun quizzes, Beatle hat, Beatle phone cutout, 2 stories, Beatle money, 4 Beatle posters, Beatle fingernails, 4 huge portraits, super huge Beatle pinup, Beatle yells, Beatle lipstick tube, Beatle homework stickers, Beatle gag cards, Beatle contests, Beatle stamps, Beatle earrings, Beatle petition, Beatle pet collar, Beatle can labels, Beatle record stickers, Beatle baggage stickers, Beatle you send out coupons, Beatle locker kit, Beatle pill bottle labels, Beatle bumper sticker, Beatle stationery, Beatle door wheel, Beatle wallet kit, Beatle charm bracelet, Beatle postcards, over 1,000 Beatle secrets, questions, and answers. This whole big, wacky, wonderful kit of fun was produced by the editors of Dig. Beatlemania. A few months ago, this was a word that hadn't even been invented. Today, it's more than just a word. It's a way of life, and everyone knows why. Practically overnight, the Beatles have come out of nowhere, a coffee cellar in Liverpool, England, to be exact. Oh, it's a coffee cellar now. And have sailed to stardom throughout the entire world, and in their wake, they have left Beatlemania. What is Beatlemania? It's 2 things, really. First of all, it's being absolutely wild about the Beatles. Wild about them to the point of near hysteria. Wild enough to spend all of next year's allowance on their records, and then spend most of your time listening to same. But Beatlemania is something else, too. It's also doing everything you possibly can to share your Beatlemania with everyone else. It's wanting to be a Beatlemaniac 24 hours a day and do all the wild, wonderful things a Beatlemaniac does. This special magazine is designed for Beatlemaniacs only. We call it special because it is. Sure, you'll have to do some cutting and pasting, and when you get through with all that kid stuff, you will have an exclusive Beatlemania kit that's going to make you the Beatlemaniac of all time. A lot of the items are really useful to Beatle lovers, and some of them are pretty far out. Far out. 1964, far out. I didn't think anything was far out in 1964. You've probably been carrying a photo of the Beatles around in your notebook and sneaking looks at it when the teacher isn't looking. Now you can have the Beatles with you every single moment of the day. The very first thing you'll see when the alarm clock rings will be the Beatles, and they'll stay right with you until it's time to hit the pillow again. We think Beatlemania is the most wonderful thing that's ever happened to teenagers, to the whole world for that matter, and not just because it's crazy and nutty and fun, because it's more than just that. Beatlemania is also getting people back together again. For years now, there has been a series of little fads and crazes, but there's been nothing that appealed to everyone. Now that we have Beatlemania, we all have something in common again. Life is suddenly a lot more fun than it used to be because we have Beatlemania. We're rather crummy musicians, says George. We can't sing, we can't do anything, adds Paul, but we're having a great laugh. Yes, the Beatles are laughing, all the way to the bank, and the remarkable thing is, the whole world is laughing with them. There's hardly a corner of the globe which hasn't been infected with the Beatles' particular brand of humor, warmth, and fun. The Beatles are a band of evangelists, shouting, stomping for joy, and bringing their audience into the act. The gospel they preach is fun, fun, fun. I thought that was the Beach Boys. Psychologists are just not content to put beatlemania down to good, clean fun and let it go at that. They're constantly trying to figure out why it all happened and label it with a precise answer. What has happened to the world since the Beatles arrived on the scene, and why? One analyst came up with the answer that the Beatles have softened the dividing line of sex. Their haircuts have helped along this line, and with their peculiar sort of sexless appeal, they're fun, cute, and above all, safe. They're honest, funny, and nice, and couldn't possibly be harmful to anyone. Therefore, they create no resentment, just an odd brand of appeal. There's no doubt about it, the Beatles have changed the world. But what has the world done to the Beatles? The biggest change for the Beatles is in their bank balance. They're still absolutely amazed by their tremendous impact around the world and are completely at a loss to understand it. But they're taking this all in a level-headed manner, knowing that fame could desert them just as easily as it came. They wouldn't like it if that happened, but they'd still go on having fun, clowning and enjoying life, for it's their true nature to be this way. If we fizzle out, George says, we'll fizzle out. But it will all have been a lot of fun. And Ringo adds, we've been skint before, so we can face it again. Skint. And along the way, in this little tour of the magazine, you've seen the Beatle yells. These are things you yell. Boy, some of those are pretty stupid. Rah, rah, sis, boom, ba, I'm crazy for the Beatles. Ya, ya, ya. That's a Swedish one. Great. And the Beatle money, you can't argue with that. The wallet P-Kit. P-Kit. Does that really say P-Kit? P-Kit. Okay. This wallet is property of a beatlemaniac. In case of accident. Well, okay, you can read that on the screen, I guess. Then we have Paul's quiz, with these fascinating details about Paul. And there's Ringo's quiz, with the same. George's quiz, you saw that coming. And 581 questions. I am not going to read 581 questions. Let's read the second one here. Don't all those rings get in Ringo's way when he's drumming? Yeah. Ringo says they really help because he can bang them on the side of the drums and get a special sound effect. Oh. And John's quiz. Right here. Now, we're not even halfway through this fantastic Beatle Fun Kit, but we're going to stop for now. This has been part 1 of the Big Beatle Fun Kit. Depending on how well this is received, there may be a part 2. If you enjoyed it up to this point, look for that.